Don't know. It's like favor. Don't know. But it's alright. Don't know. It's like favor. Don't know. Got to make that ass
Hey girls, we are back. What's up, papas, mamas, and everything in between? I have my handsome bunch with me, as I always say, my handsome men of him. Hey, Erin.
Hey, love, what's up with it?
Hey. I also have Trey. What's up, baby?
Hello.
And lastly, I have my bitch, Stevie, as always.
What's up, y'all? How y'all doing?
So we always do like a little slight check-in or whatever, and we're just gonna give like what the girl's been up to, anything new, anybody have a baby, anybody get married. Oh, okay, girl. No. What's everybody been up to? What's up, Erin? Talk to me. Talk to me nice.
I say the same thing every week.
Well, bitch, don't say the motherfucking same thing, bitch. We about to switch it up. What's it giving?
It's not giving nothing, girl. It's really giving. I'm in the house, like
Okay.
you know what I'm saying. I was wearing shorts yesterday, and it didn't work, and so I'm back to wearing pants. You know what I'm saying?
And hoodies
And hoodies, yeah,
and do-rags.
Really, I'm bundled. I said it on Twitter. I was like, I was talking all that shit. And I was like, summer is really canceled for me. Like, I'm not going nowhere or doing nothing. Like,
So I don't know what girl it is. There may be a few girls. I'm sure it's a few girls. They literally retweet you all day. So like literally, all I see is your face.
sorry.
Up, bitch. You are. All I see is your face up and down my timeline. I don't know who I follow that literally retweets you all day long. I don't know. So somebody out there, yeah. But I saw that tweet because like literally I've seen it multiple times today.
Sorry. Apologies.
No, I live for you. Hey.
Those are the who should not be names that I was told I can't say on air. But on to me. I went to my first event in the city. For the first time, I don't go out. And so my boss invited me to his screening for a friend of his show. Not show, but screen dance called Unapologetic Me, Black Gay Man. And it was amazing. It was inspirational, compelling. It was everything all in the above. I took Malik with me and his friend Damien. And I met a lot of people there. It was so fun. I needed support because, I don't go out and I don't like new people. But I definitely met Ryan, Ohio Ryan, and Eric Ford in the building. So I definitely had a good time, and it makes me not scared to go out anymore. I don't like the city or people. So yeah, that's me. And I hate my roommate. Because he saw some pants I'm wearing. I'm actually have them on today. And he went and purchased some same damn pants. Like he didn't see me in them the day before. Wow. So we have beef right now. And everything that he does like annoys me. Like the way he eats, the way like he talks to himself in his sleep. Like I want to like suffocate him with a pillow. But I'm not going to because I'm actually a great roommate and I don't make any type of noise or commotion. But the stealing of my outfit is the last straw. So
It's giving very much of bitch who wore that look.
who wore it better? And there's only one.
Okay.
Because I can actually put it together. I'm not wearing no damn pink shirt with no damn blue pants. So
No shade. She don't do it the black way. That's all I'm gonna say.
all I'm gonna say is bitch got some labels, but can't put some labels together.
Yes, you do. No shade.
Okay.
I'm not gonna concur with you.
Y'all are
because, like,
shady
girl,
as fuck. So
I think she may
there's
have
that.
listened to the show, but I love you, baby.
Does she listen to the show?
I don't give a fuck.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Hey,
I
girl.
say to the face, and on my show.
Oh, y'all live with each other. So you ain't got no choice, sis. Oh, hey, it's me, Stevie. What have I been up to? I've basically been helping my mom and my sister plan my sister's baby shower. And who knew that planning a baby shower or any event would be so fucking stressful? I took the job of being the host of the party, so my ass is gonna be on the mic and, introducing everything that we're doing, like the games and everything, which who knew that there was so many fucking games that you could play at a fucking baby shower? And my sister is so picky when it comes to that. Like, I don't even understand it, but I'm ready to become an uncle. I've been saying this on previous episodes. I can't believe I'm going to be an uncle. And I've really just been doing the same shit as, normal, listening to music, journaling, soul searching, ignoring niggas.
Okay.
That part, and ready for this. And my fucking allergies are out of fucking control, and the weather just cut nice, and I'm already fucking over it.
Yeah. So shout out to Stevie because his family had like an event a few weeks ago when we recorded, and I thank you for like missing that because I know like he is a very family oriented, and yeah. So I'm glad that you were able to do that or whatever. But girl. Baby, when did I feel like my life has become very stressful in one week. But
That's because you make it stressful.
Okay.
It's not because outside events. You just make that shit stressful.
that may be it. But just a quick check-in. Everything has been cute. School has always been in the background, but I'm really excited because I received my acceptance letter from Hunter.
Ow.
So, your girl is like official now, and it is a blessing. And I'll be majoring in comparative literature. So I'm really happy to get my thing started and get my thing wet. And my baby is in China for 2 weeks, so I've kind of been lonely and sad. But other than that, it's been cute because I spend a lot of time with him, so I don't get to hang out with my girlfriends. So that was actually where I just came from with hanging out with good friends. And yeah, I'm a little lit. I just came from a boozy brunch. So it's given that. But girl, I'm ready to get into the icebreaker.
Have you found a new name for that? Because icebreaker reminds me of something white. And
Shake the table.
bitch, who's shaking tables?
Backbreaker.
Throwing out ideas, bitch, because we ain't had one.
Backbreak? Okay, we'll come up with it later.
Well, that's what it was. So my question to you guys is, and this is a
Bitch, can you hurry? You not have it up?
no. I've been really thinking about this all week. So the question is, what do you need to let go of to move into your next phase of life? And I feel like that we're all trying to break through to something greater, and to become a better person. And I feel like regardless of what age we are or what age you are, you're always trying to accomplish something or transition into your next phase of life. So what is hindering you, or what do you need to let go of, or what do you need to do less of in order to get to your new stage of life or your new form or your new evolving? I think of Pokemon. Okay, I'm gonna start. I actually want to start with Stevie because I'm gonna put you on the spot, bitch. I'm gonna mix it up, girl. The girl said that you had something to say, so I'm gonna mix it up. So what's up?
Oh God, the girls didn't say that, bitch. You made that up. Yeah. Anyway, basically what I had to do, what I want to do to get in my new phase of life is pretty much be a little more confident, because I used to be extremely confident, and the fact of me not working and not, having my own right now has been a big struggle for me. So I think I have to really take the time and focus on building up my confidence back to the level where it was, and not really pushing myself down and pushing myself more up, and giving myself the confidence to just do whatever the fuck I need to do to get off my plateau right now. It's a hot mess where I am in my head. And all I have to do is really recenter myself. I know exactly what I have to do. I don't need a whole bunch of advice, which advice I've been giving a lot of. But I just have to really just recenter myself and just get the confidence back. That's it.
I feel like confidence is very imperative in everything that we do. Like when I was at Morehouse, like people would literally say the phrase "fake it until you make it." And I think that we literally like need to juice ourselves up or not even psych ourselves up to understand that, I mean, you're a confident person or you're a talented person. And just know that you have all of the faculties and the resources to do and become who you want to be, you know, and if you don't have them, you can find them or you can, create them. So I really live. Erin is wearing this blue, and it's affecting me.
nails.
Yeah, it's in the black nails. It's affecting me. What's up?
I need to let go of anger.
Okay.
I have spent way too much of my life angry at various things. I mean, the object of my anger has changed over the years, but the anger has always been there. I strive to be the type of person that does not take out my frustrations on other people. That is not to say that I don't fail at that several times, but I am always trying to, I mean, you know, my pursuit is always empathy. So I'm always trying to make it better for other people to be around me, basically. But I'm always so angry, just at like so many different things. And it's like, I have been working on that and letting, you know, one thing at a time go, but it's a difficult process. And so that's just what I'm working on, letting go of the anger that I have. So there's that.
I think that's what's important is I think that with me, I'm an extrovert. I'm always usually happy. So when I am angry, it's almost as if I try to avoid it. So I think that accepting the anger and acknowledging that it's there and it exists, and that you want to change it and want to be happy about certain things or just approach certain things in a different way. I think it's really important. And I think you being a black man, you being angry, you have a right to do that. I think sometimes it's like humans, we feel as though like we're not allowed to be angry about certain things. And I live. Hey Trey.
Hello.
What you got to say? Hey.
Bitch, I remember seeing this topic just because I wanted to know what Charles was gonna say.
Okay.
But I mean, I think for me, it's about just getting out of my own head. I think a lot of times we get in our own heads and not just psych ourselves out, but just overthink things. I think overthinking there's positive and negatives with it, and for me, sometimes I overthink myself out of positive situations. And so that's what I've been working on. I mean, I've been working on it for a whole year. So, I mean, it'll work. It'll happen. But I think right now I'm not overthinking schoolwork anymore, or I'm just overthinking personal goals and aspirations. Just because, I mean, we live in a time where social media is rampant and you see everybody succeeding and you're not hating, but you're like, damn, like,
When's my moment?
Yeah.
not when's my moment. Like, I feel like it's going to happen, but I'm just like, damn, like, shit, like, I need this in my life. Like, where is this? Where is my time? Because, bitch, I'm ready. Okay. And you may actually not be ready. So you saying that is just a sign. Like, for me, I feel like just saying that is the sign that, yeah, I'm not ready. Like, just like when I say, oh, I just want some love right now. Like, I'm actually not ready. Like, that's actually the case. You can say it because you think it, but I'm not ready for that level of success. I'm working, I'm still striving, or I'm not ready for that type of commitment. I'm still working, I'm still striving to get that. So I think right now I'm just working on getting out of my own head, and just living in the moment. So that's me.
I'm just gonna do a small side note and say that I was very proud of you the other day. I've never really, well, first of all, I never get to see any of you in your element. That means like when you're at work or when you're at school, or the only opportunity that I have to see with of you is when we collaborate. So I will say that the other day when I had the opportunity to see Trey in his element working with Daniel and just talking to other people, and he always says that he's this, introvert, which, I agree with, he is. But when we're in a safe space, it's so nice to see who we are. And it was just nice to see him go out and mingle and be who he is. And I think that he's a beautiful person.
I mean, I think for me, there's a lot of the Sasha Fierce element with just me in general. I think I'm a very reserved person, home, out, and stuff like that. But I know that certain times I'm going to have to turn it on. So I remember as a kid, I performed my entire from 4th grade to I was a senior in high school. I did. I was in the opera company. I did a few operas. I traveled the world singing, and I had to turn it on. I hated being in front of people, but when you have to go out in the audience, you have to talk to people, and you have to sing in front of them, you have to know when to turn it on. And I remember times turning it on, and then as soon as we get back off stage, I'm like, bitch, I'm done. Give me my hoodie. I'm ready to go. Give me my phone. I'm gonna need to just decompress, because I just, I've learned through life that I have to cope with certain things and just have to push through. So for me, working is the best feeling when you're comfortable. This is my first time ever having to work somewhere where I ain't know nobody except for Malik and Damien, and meeting people for the first time after you've spoken to them online. I mean, even speaking to people online, you're like, oh, we know each other, but we really don't know you. And especially if you listen to the podcast, you know more about me
than I know
about you. You
Yeah.
know that I like to flip it up and throw it back down and do a reverse. All of it. And I just know oh, your favorite color may be blue. That's all I could really say about you. So for me, I really appreciate that. But yeah, I mean, that's with the podcast itself too. There's a Sasha Fierce element. When the red light comes on, I do transform.
As you should.
Yo, you may see this person right here is a part of me, but it isn't really. Do you have something to say? Because I've been waiting for you, bitch.
Girl, look.
Here we go.
I've been waiting.
Miss
So
Mamas.
I'm just gonna let you
The
know.
look that Erin gave Trey Mamas, if looks can kill, baby.
I'm just ready. I'm just gonna let you know.
Okay.
That I'm on go for the day.
Girl.
So I bought sneakers and everything. I'm on go.
The body of Philly.
So that's all I have to
She waiting for
say.
her turn like double dutch. I can't.
But so before I answer the question, I want to say that first of all, thank you, Justin Dominic. Thank you, Daniel Calderon, for inviting me. And it was an amazing event. Beautiful men, beautiful women, beautiful people. And it was honestly, like I said, Trey said that he had no problem just expanding and, talking to people and being himself. Literally one of the most safest spaces that I've been in this year, in a while, with other gay black men and other creatives, black creatives. And I think that when I go to certain things, well, specifically events in Manhattan a lot, and rarely is there ever time to really be yourself and really get to know each other. But I spoke to at least 10 different people, and they all said that they listened to him podcast and that they live for the podcast. So it was a very not only was it exciting, it was very humbling. And I think anybody who even plays 1 second of him podcast, because it all makes a difference. And me being at the event, it validates what I want to do and what we are doing with this project, and now also what we are doing with our personal lives, and understanding that we all have a responsibility within the LGBTQ community, but as well as the black community overall. So But I think that like what I want to let go is spending frivolously. Like I really need to learn how to budget and save money as I come from a $80 brunch. But yeah, like I think that living in the city is really, really expensive, uber expensive. So if you have money, you definitely need to know how to budget, and you need to pick and choose your battles as to like when you go out. But of course, if you have an exorbitant amount of money, then you know you can spend frivolously or you can spend how you want to. But bitch, I'm a full-time student. You know what I'm saying? When I get my coin, I get my coin, and when I don't have my coin, I don't have my coin. So like it's very much of like I need to keep my things in order. I mean, I think another thing I need to do is time management. But yeah, definitely saving is first. But that's cute.
And I know that we talked about unapologetic me.
Yeah.
Just us being here, but we'll definitely have a discussion soon coming up for y'all just to hear from Jay and from Daniel. And because we're huge supportive, and I'm supportive because I work for the man, but
I mean,
I'm supportive of all things that advance our, just uplift our voices. So stay tuned for him and unapologetic me. You never know.
Right. So we'll be back. We're gonna go take a quick break. So, pee, eat some, candy or whatever, smoke a blunt. And we'll
So my only thing is this is an audio thing, so they could have been peeing and eating a snack while they were listening. But I'm just gonna let you go off into the break.
Now, do it now. Do it now. Hey girls, this is Malik, and you're listening to him. As always, check us out every Wednesday. You can find us at Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Stitcher, Spotify, Radio Republic, girl, iHeartRadio, YouTube, all the good shit, bitch. Go ahead. Just click on anything, girl. You know you got all them devices. Check us out. And if you don't have any of those platforms, you can always visit our website at himpodcast.com. Love you, babies. Okay, we're back. Hope you got your life. So the topic that we are about to discuss has been it's a very hot topic. When I think about like love and hip hop, Miami, Amara La Negra, and just what we are going through as like Black individuals. I think that the topic of colorism is very hot. Like everybody is talking about it.
I mean, it's a hot button issue in general,
Regardless.
just because you got. I always think of it as I know it's like really dramatic, but just like the house slave and the field slave, like that's just where everything often goes with it to me. Don't put your head on your forehead because you was thinking the same damn thing, ho.
More or less. Like I think that's the very
Serious.
that's the very primitive idea of what colorism is.
That's whenever that comes into my head. That is the primitive.
No.
First thought is normally primitive until you go deep diving.
I agree.
Okay. So yes, that's where it takes me first thoughts. But for me, I don't want to say I've never experienced it, but I've never experienced it blatantly.
So I'm so sorry, but I just literally had a change in idea before we even dab on colorism. Bitch, we can't talk about colorism without talking about that foolishness that Kanye West is spewing on social media. We can't talk about this. We cannot talk about this without talking about how a dark-skinned Black man says that slavery is a choice. And I'm also going to read somebody out on the panel who hashtagged slavery is a choice. Who tweeted slavery is a choice. Look, and also said, who was that?
I did?
Yes, ma'am.
What did I do?
Girl, you know he don't remember nothing. He tweets.
First of all, I tweet about 1,000,000 times a day. So if I did tweet that, girl, I probably don't remember. Go ahead, read
Girl,
me out.
come with the receipts though. I
Well,
want to see them.
first of all, Erin, is slavery a choice?
No.
Wait. That reminds. Whenever he says no, it reminds me of little what Amber Rose child name? Sebastian. When he be like, no. That is like my favorite video. I have it saved because I just want it. Like, it just makes me smile because it'd be like, no, like Luigi or
I
Mario.
can't.
But go ahead.
But no, I just think that, wow, I don't know.
I mean, here's this. Take it from me,
Okay.
as someone who used to love the man, like loved him, like wanted his children, love him. But like for me, it was it's just disheartening to know that someone could even just think that that was just okay. Like it's heartbreaking that you can admire somebody, and then they can just spew hatred and just ignorance. And just the whole, and then and allow that to be used to hurt the people that he should be supporting the most.
That he once gave hope.
Yeah, I mean, you gave me hope, and now you are what they use to destroy me. So essentially, it's like, bitch, I trusted you, and now you just stabbing me in my back, and it's just hurtful. I don't follow the man. I've blocked or muted every sense of the word yay, y, k, and yay, anything.
Easy.
And it's just something that I just it could, just knowing the man, it could not even be like true sentiments. It could just be trolling. But even the fact that you are deciding to troll, just with just something like that. You can troll about shit and everything else. You can just say that that water is really purple. I could take that instead of you saying that slavery was a choice, because we all know that it was no way on God's green earth that it was a choice. There was laws. There were just systematic things that were put in place to continuously oppress. Yeah. And it's not even, once slavery ended, it wasn't like it was like rainbows and butterflies afterwards. Like, slavery ended and we were still on our asses, and we still fought and tried so hard to get everything that we have right now. We're still like, we are free, but we aren't even completely free as a people. So that's my take on it.
I think that their whole, in literature we learned that you cannot separate your art. And when I say art, you could paint, you could write, you could do music. You cannot separate your art from politics. So a lot of people, I remember Todrick Hall, he tweeted, no shade to the girls that listen to Todrick.
Girl, I don't like him.
But Todrick tweeted a few weeks ago that he just wants to focus on his music. And I just feel like we as Black people, we cannot not speak on the things that are going on in this world. And we have such a large platform and such power behind our voices. And I feel like, people like Kanye only deteriorate like all of the work that we have accomplished since the 60s, since the civil rights movement. And the girls, Twitter has become a place where people literally try to like forget their troubles. So I have to when I log on Twitter, I have to use my account understanding that people literally come up there to blow off steam. So when I see hashtags like slave is a choice or slavery is a choice, it's just like, okay, girl, it's a key. But at the same time, it's actually like really offensive, because they're like people who like grandparents or grandparents' parents who were slaves and that are still alive and still connected to that life and that hurt and that pain, so yeah.
With this recent revelation that that Vice came out with about, they were still slaves up into the 60s
and 70s, like the guy was talking about even the 70s.
Yeah, there was a woman who did an interview. She died recently. Rest in peace, love. But she didn't get her freedom till 1963. 1963. And it's so disrespectful for Kanye to say some shit like that, because it's like your ancestors fought and died so you could, be free to type that on your fucking phone and press send. You know what I'm saying? They're the reason why you're standing here today. And it's like, there's that fucking Harriet Tubman quote floating around like, oh, I freed 1,000 slaves, but I could have freed 1,000 more if like something about their minds. First of all, that quote is fake. Look it up. You know what I'm saying? That quote, Harriet Tubman never said that. That started being circulated around in the 90s. And that's not a real thing that she said. So you can disregard that as well. Know your history. There were so many slave revolts. We fought. There was a system in place designed to break us down mentally, and it didn't just like, oh, you're going to do this work now, like, and that's just what it is. Like, we weren't allowed to read. We weren't allowed to write. We were cut off from our homelands completely. There was no community. Your kids were sold. Your husband, your wife was sold somewhere else or killed in front of you. Like, you couldn't speak your native language. They changed your name. It was all mental. You know what I'm saying? Like, they broke us down mentally. And it's like, if you think we weren't fighting, then you are wrong. But it's like everything was against us from the very moment that we got here. And it's so disrespectful to say shit like that. Like, fuck Kanye.
Mood.
So that's basically what, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm going to bring it back into what we were talking about originally before. I just wanted to touch on that because it's just like, girl, we got to get bullshit up out the house. Like, girl, no shade. No. But I think that with colorism with me, I mean, I'm from the South. And now that I live in New York City, obviously New York City is a very diverse place where I'm from. It's very black and white. And within the black community, I always was taught that lighter skinned people have better qualities and that they're better people. That was passed on from just black people living a life of subservience and just oppression. But I remember like those things being said by like my parents and like adults. When I would go to school, you would sit next to the little girl who had pretty hair, the light-skinned girl who had pretty hair. So those were the things that I was affected by. And I think that those are the things that people are affected by on an everyday basis. Now being older, I mean, I'm aware of colorism. And I mean, I'm not really attracted to light-skinned people. Like, that's not my preference. Light-skinned men. Like... Usually I'm into darker men, but, I think that, everybody outside of preference, I feel as though people are treated better and people receive more likes on Instagram and likes on Twitter if they're fair skinned or lighter, like no shade. But
I will say, so I'm the youngest, and you were saying that you were brought up believing or thinking that the fairer you were, the more qualities you had.
In a dark-skinned house, because everybody is dark-skinned.
I wasn't brought up that way. My father is dark-skinned. My mother is relatively light. She's like a good calm or whatever. And my whole family, my mom and my dad's side, they're all variations of shade. And so for us, we were brought up just knowing that just being black, you were just black and you were gorgeous and you were just special. And I never had or dealt with people thinking, or just believing that, well, lighter people have it a little bit easier or lighter, until I got older and I started listening or just hearing people's discussion about, especially about artists. Like, this person got it so much easier because they're light skinned. Until I started thinking about it. I myself haven't, consciously dealt with it. I may have been looked through for a job because of it, but I haven't known, and it wasn't obvious to me. But I think that it is something that one does happen. But I also want us to know that sometimes I feel like I don't want to say this and just be because I know I'm gonna be attacked. I don't really care, but I think sometimes we use certain things as a defense mechanism. So yeah, I may be dark skinned, and we all know you're gonna have to work 10 times harder, but that isn't the reason why one person who's lighter is shining right now. It may just be because it's daytime. And it may just be because that, for me, it gives you, it devalues you. It says, oh, well, I'm never going to be that good because the color of my skin. And sometimes that is the case. There is cases where, yes, that white man is not going to hire you for that sales job because those white women are not going to be able to be feeling comfortable with a darker skinned person. There is always going to be that. But I also want everyone to know that sometimes it's not, I don't want to say it's not your time, but sometimes it's, you gotta look at it. That's all I'm going to say. And really go ahead.
Well, I want to say the initial affects the latter. So, and what I mean by that is that, like you said, there are cases where when I consider myself as someone who's brown skin or dark skin, and people consider me dark skin. And when I step into a place, things happen because of my skin tone by other Black people, and that conditions us to react to other experiences the same way. So you can't say that and then be like, well, girl, it's your time, because you know what I'm saying? The initial is affected by the latter.
That sounds too much like saying, oh yeah, I'm employee of the month this month, and girl, just wait your turn. Like, that's not
Girl. But I'm not saying just wait your turn.
So what are you saying?
I think that for me, I think it's apples and oranges. Like, I think that colorism is different from you're married and you being talented. Like, you know what I'm saying? And
colorism, modern colorism, how Black folk that are lighter skinned and how Black folk that are light skinned and Black folk that are darker skinned get treated in today's society has a root in the house nigger versus field nigger narrative. House niggers were put in the house to work directly with the family because they were considered prettier or better looking than darker skinned Black folk because they were more easily able to pass as whites.
Closer to white.
And that has bled through into our society today. We've been socialized to believe that darker skinned Black folk are somehow inferior. We call them roaches and
monkey butts.
All those sorts of derogatory terms. And this is not even, I'm not gonna say this isn't something that white folk do because they do it too, but it's like we do it to ourselves. And this is something we've been taught this from like birth, basically. Everyone has, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, I want to be careful to not diminish that to just saying something like, oh yeah, maybe it's just how society is right now. No, because like to unpack these sorts of things, it's always going to be uncomfortable, and it's not going to feel that great to actually face it. But we have to face it if we're ever going to learn and move past it to like a better, area. You know what I'm saying? I've kind of given up on white folk ever treating us right. That's just not going to happen. But we treating each other right has to happen. And in order for us to do that, we have to acknowledge some uncomfortable truths. And this is one of them.
It always strikes me as odd when like Black people say, oh, it's summertime and we're knee deep in summer or spring or what, I don't know what it is in New York. But literally Black people will go around saying, it's hot outside, I don't want to get black.
Who said that?
Black people always talk about getting darker. which I never understand. And it's just like that's a small example of colorism and just the internalized racism that is ingrained into what being black is, you know? And like Erin said, it all stems from the, house nigga versus, I don't like to say it, but house nigga versus Phil nigga. And we even say it in jokes, bitch, like, bitch, like, girl, if she, somebody walk in, like, I'll be like, Erin, like, if I'm Ken, but Erin would be a house nigga and like I would be like a Phil nigga, you know what I'm saying? And I also go back to, this is so random, but when I have a Spanish barber, or I go to Spanish barbers, and when I'm in the seat, niggas dead be saying like they don't want to cut my hair because my hair is coarse. It's nappy as fuck. It has a different grain than somebody that is from the Dominican Republic, or somebody that is from Haiti, or somebody that is from Spain. Like, bitch, I am from where I'm from. And it's given what it's given, but those are like the things. And like, I've had black barbers say that, and it's just like, you are black. You are black. And it's just really sad. And I think that a lot of times, we all have our preferences, because Stevie loves light-skinned men, and so does.
Okay.
Yeah, look. Look. About to put you on the spot, but I think that colorism goes outside of preference, is what I'm saying. When you discriminate against another black person, regardless of how darker they are, that is colorism.
For the record, all of my boyfriends have never even been light skinned, and I like light skinned boys, but all of my boyfriends have been dark skinned, and that's crazy.
Sir, did you just say same?
I mean, no.
Yeah, let's refrain what you're saying.
No. I
bitch.
mean, I date dark skinned men, but like, most of my guys have been like my complexion or lighter, except for one.
Okay.
Thank you. Girl, she thinks she know everything.
I'm not gonna say nothing.
Yeah.
I'm just going to.
That's
be
my
quiet.
history, girl. That's my history.
As she told
that
us,
is my history.
Her history.
Thank you.
His right here history is a little bit deeper.
That's it.
Okay.
But yeah, I like. I also think when people strike me as odd when they say that color doesn't exist. Like,
Oh my God. Sorry, I had to. I hate that.
She's up now.
Look.
No, because that is erasure, and it makes me so mad. And the comparison I always bring up is The Giver. I don't know if y'all read that when you were a kid.
I remember The Giver in 5th grade.
That grayscale ass world, you know what I'm saying, where there were no differences and everyone was the same. It's like, you're not about to erase me. You know what I'm saying? Like, whether you're a person of color or you're black too, and you just don't want to see. I get where you're coming from, but that's not the way to do it. We're supposed to celebrate our differences, not erase them. You know what I'm saying? Because in erasing them, we're erasing our culture, we're erasing our heritage, and you're trash for that. So
Yeah.
That was a very Kim Zolciak term, and I have erased that white woman out my life. That white woman out my life. But I celebrate my blackness. So for that, I don't see color, that would just take away from who I am. And I am not going to, I don't associate, I've never said, oh, I don't see color. Like, this just sounds, really, honestly, just sounds dumb. Like, if you really take it for literal, like, do you really know how dumb you sound? Like, you don't see the sky is blue, bitch? Like, what is wrong with you? But for me, like, just, I can't even, like, I don't even have words for it. Like, who says I don't see color?
I think that, as specifically black men, we don't have the liberty to be blind to what's going on in this world. We have people killing us. We have people raping us. And it's just not a time where we have the leisure to not be aware of what's going on. I think that if you're black, we literally have a war going on in our backyard. And I feel like I'm my grandma, like, cause you know how your grandma would say something so like morbid and so like, cryptic.
Girl, my grandma told me I was taking us back to slavery when I got a tattoo.
Oh no.
So,
Oh yeah. Like, they be saying some like,
she said, you branded yourself. And I was like, but grandma, it is like a cute little quote. Like, oh my God, slavery? Like, damn.
It's given that. But like literally, as the other people are literally at war with Black people. So we don't have the time to ignore. We don't have the time to be naive. We don't have the time to be ignorant to what is going on in our homes and in our backyard. So yeah.
That was very nice.
Yeah.
It wasn't like Ayanla-ish, but it was very like better than Ayanla.
Yeah. Sister Soldier maybe ish.
Sure, I'll give you that.
Okay, thank you.
So y'all know what motherfucking time it is. I feel like I get so tired of saying that every week, but
No.
whatever, I'm gonna have something new to say.
Always.
It's jams of the motherfucking week.
Jams.
Ew. So I guess I'll go around like we're in kindergarten. Malik, what's your jam of the week, honey?
Oh, hold on. Look, I'm pulling
Bitch,
it up.
why aren't y'all ready? That's my issue.
Look, I'm pulling it up.
I need you hoes to always be ready. Be on go.
I
Always.
believe. Look, I don't know how to say her name because all these new girls coming out. Okay. I believe her name is Victoria Monet.
Oh.
Yeah,
Now, wait. Let me tell you something,
baby.
Now let me tell you something about that freak song.
Bitch.
Let me tell you how I put it on that playlist and none of you hoes said nothing to me. I'm a little irked with y'all. Been irked with Malik because I sent him a playlist with that song on it and he was like, I love that song. I mean, I love this playlist. But now he is hearing this song and he acting like it's brand new.
I love
you
it.
You bitches don't see, this is what I'm talking about.
Well, first of all,
I ain't sharing music with you hoes no more.
I love her entire EP, actually.
Do you want a freak? That's what I'll be.
I love her I like her whatever tea she's giving, but
poppin'?
Victoria Monet freak. And that's just because
Who's a hoe? Okay, Stevie.
But yeah.
I'm done.
My jam of the week is by Jessie J. It's called "I Need This." A few people have done a cover to the song. I was in my room the other day and I was listening to it, and every time I listen to that song, and just a shout out to Jessie J because she is amazing. I think the song really touches on when you need your personal space or when you're in or you're suffocated from a relationship and that you basically have to get yourself to a place of, I don't really need to be dealing with you right now. I need my space to really recenter and find, the space I need.
Erin, it's your turn.
Oh, everybody didn't feel that song? All right.
My jam is it's called "Call Me Baby." It's by a K-pop group by the name of EXO. That's EXO. Somebody RT'd a clip of the video on Twitter, and I was like, "Oh, this is a bop." And I went and explored some more of their music, and their music is actually really good. I tweeted something about becoming a stan account for K-pop, and so let me just take this second to say that K-pop stans are really intense. They are really they're really nice, but they're really intense. Like my follower count has increased, and they've all welcomed me. I've gotten so many DMs and mentions about recommendations. Anyway, but I really like the song, so listen to it. I think it's a bop. The video makes you like it even more. So, "Call Me Baby" by EXO.
And what does K-pop stand for? What is
Korean pop?
Okay, that's what I didn't want to be offensive.
So K-pop is has a culture of its own because it's they actually make some really good music, but usually Asian boy bands or girl bands, they actually have a lot of members.
15 motherfuckers.
Yeah, and EXO actually they have two subgroups, so it's one group and then the other one. I think it's XOK and XOM or something like that, but whatever. But yeah, so anyway, listen to the song. It's really good. Watch the video. It'll make you like the song even more.
Erin always brings us with a very unique song every week.
Thank you.
Okay.
No, that wasn't shade. Oh my goodness.
No, he's still.
It was because Malik said it
I
like
said
that.
thank you.
That was shade.
Jesus, that was yes, it was, wasn't it, Stevie?
I'm sorry, girl. Thank you.
love you.
I wasn't shading you, Erin. Erin know that.
But yet they think it would be me. God, sidetracked me from my damn jam of the week.
Go ahead, Trey. What's your jam of the week?
My jam of the week is "Bloom" by Troye Sivan. Let me tell you, it's such a cute little song, and it reminds me. He talks about like, baby, I'll bloom for you. It's very like bottomy song, you know, because he was like, just take it slow and I'll bloom for you. And I was like, it is, and I live for it, and I live for it. I live for every moment because I just, oh my God. And
That part.
after My by Troy, I standed Blue Neighborhood, but I'm so ready for this new album. Just like Ariana, like you can't get me started.
Go ahead.
But that is my jam of the week. Anybody got anything else to say? Speak now or bitch, I'm not speaking to you right
Okay.
now. I'm paying all your commands.
It's all right.
Next, anything else?
No, baby.
Okay, well, we'll see you when we see you. We love y'all. Bye.
baby.
Like favor, don't know, but it's alright. Don't know, like favor, don't know. Got to make that.